Imagine working for endless hours at a job for little to no pay. Imagine that the coworker sitting next to you is a 12-year-old. Imagine that at any moment, your working conditions could put you in grave danger. You might be thinking to yourself that this scenario is impossible. But not that long ago, this was a reality for many in the working field. Because of Mary Harris Jones' commitment to labor reform, we today have the rights we would not have had otherwise. Although she suffered many heartbreaking setbacks in her life, she stayed committed to helping future generations earn fair and equal wages, and was an undeniable driving force behind the labor movement in which we benefit from today. I am going to share with you what shaped Mary into becoming the leader and activist that molded the workforce as we know it, earning her the nickname Mother Jones. The struggles Mary Jones suffered in her younger years molded her for the beliefs she defended in her later years. She was born in Cork, Ireland in 1830 to a poor family. When Mary was 5, her father immigrated to America and brought his family over shortly after. Her father worked for the Canadian Railroad, so she saw firsthand the treatment of the workers. At 30, she married Robert Jones and had 4 children. Shortly after, in 1867, she lost her whole family to yellow fever. Mary was only 37 years old when she lost everything. She then moved to Chicago to start anew, only to lose everything again in the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. After the devastating setbacks in her life, Mary decided to focus her attention to labor reform. She quickly became the speaker at many movements. After repeatedly losing everything, Mary became engrossed in labor struggles and decided to make a stand. She joined the Knights of Labor Union, which was founded in 1869 to unite all workers, even when the strikes led to no money or work. The Knights of Labor Union sent Mary all over the United States to labor strikes where she would speak on behalf of the workers. Mary never let the dangers of the movement deter her from her cause and what she wanted to change. By 1880, the working class was in full rebellion, and Mary was front and center. In 1877, she led the nationwide walkout for railroad workers. In 1880, she stood up for the workers in Chicago wanting an 8-hour workday. The strikes led to violence and many men lost their lives. Protesters were bombed. After a particularly violent strike, they even started arming themselves. After many difficult years of no change, her work started to pay off, and everyone started to take notice of the problems in the labor force. Pennsylvania was the first noticeable change regarding workers' hours and pay. Workers often put in 14-hour shifts in dangerous conditions, and after months of protests and strikes, the mine company conceded and met the workers' demands, forever changing the mining industry in that state. Because of her compassion and heartfelt beliefs, she became known as Mother Jones. Even in her later years, she still had a great impact on the workforce. Well into her 80s, Mother Jones traveled the country giving speeches on labor reform. Her life and perspective was pretty impressive. She was a part of founding the Social Democratic Party in 1898. She also helped organize the Industrial Workers of the World in 1905. Her diligence was so incredible that in her 90s, she was still speaking on behalf of the workers and helped organize dressmakers in Chicago. Mother Jones died at the age of 100 as a legend for her passion and commitment to labor reform in America. Her final wish was to be buried in the Union Miners Cemetery in Mount Olive, Illinois. After years of perseverance and determination, Mary Harris Jones left an undeniable mark on the workforce we have today. Without leaders like her paving the way for future generations, we would not have the safe working environments and wages we do. Because of one woman losing everything and deciding to give all she had left to a cause, she paved the way for great reform in a battle that otherwise may have never been won. It is no wonder that this strong-spirited woman named Mother Jones cared more for others than herself. we still have a lot of work to do, but thanks to Mary paving the way for everyone's voice to be heard, even if we do not come together.